Welcome to Make Shit Happen. My guest today is Kim White. Me and Kim recently connected on Clubhouse app. We were in a room and Kim said a couple of words that really resonated with me. And right after the room ended, I messaged her on Instagram and I said, Kim, I would love to talk to you more. And somehow we decided that I'm going to have Kim on my podcast episode. And Kim, I want to thank you. Thank you so much for accepting my invitation. I know you're busy and you're sitting in this cool room right there that I look at. And you just told me that you and your husband have been traveling and you are in your fifth wheel, right? Like in motorhome right now, fifth wheel. Tell us a little bit. First of all, I'm curious to know more. I'm sure my audience is a little more curious about it. So what do you do? Tell me about it.
Well, thank you for inviting me first. I appreciate you. And well, I do digital nomad kind of things. I actually publish a magazine, a podcast, teach business, all while we're traveling. And my husband is actually an industrial electrician. So we go where the projects that he wants to do are, and I work right alongside him, and we have an amazing life in a fifth wheel.
Awesome. So basically he travels to wherever the jobs are at. He works while he's working, you're doing, because you work remotely from home anyways, right? So
Yes,
so
sir.
and you make it happen. Tell me a little bit, and it's hard for people to see it, if they're listening to the podcast on audio. So they can definitely go on my YouTube channel and watch this in video at Life of Super Sammy Z is the YouTube channel. But go ahead and tell us about these little post-it notes that are stuck in that room.
I actually teach a class called Sticky Note Time, which is that's what we do in the backdrop of it is sticky notes, because I think if you get clear about what you want, you can have it. I think if you don't get clear, you will not make progress and you will still be wanting what you want years from now because you didn't get clear about it. So I teach a process that I learned how to get clear.
Okay, so walk me through it. What do? You write stuff on your goals, or or steps, or what is it?
Well, I think you have to start with emptying everything out of your head, everything that you think about, you dream about, all of that, because you will tell on yourself basically. You have to get honest with yourself about what you really want. If you say you want something, but all of the evidence is otherwise, I will I will say, I challenge that because we will make things happen that we really want to happen.
Mm.
So that's the beginning of the process, is to get it all out on paper and start clearing it, start going through and seeing if that's really what we want.
Awesome, awesome. And so you do that class online, and if someone wants to sign up for it, how do they sign up for it?
And they can message me, but I only do it quarterly. I
Okay.
I only do it because it's pretty intense.
Uh-huh.
And I started it in my mastermind. Like I lead a mastermind, and that's where it actually started. And everybody I know that does not get traction needs to learn how to get clear. That
And
that is
your
my opinion.
got you. And your email address is kimwhite@mysexybusiness.com, correct?
Yes, sir.
So they can reach out, and then we'll talk more about your social media and everything. So Kim, I saw that what you had told me when we were talking, that your mission is to empower people.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
and especially women and who have come from place of poverty, prejudice, abuse, domestic violence, and that's something that is one of my passions. Also, to talk about that because women do feel like they can't get help. They feel like they're subjected to that, and that's something that becomes a reality. So I love it that you do that. If you want, can we talk a little bit more about that?
Absolutely. I I have come from those places. Is why I feel like I am 100% qualified to speak to that. is I have left behind a lot of the things you just listed because I found out there was a better way. I
Uh-huh.
found out there was things I didn't have to tolerate, that I could make a way. And sometimes when you don't have a table invitation,
Hmm.
you have to make your own table. And so that's kind of what I've done along the way is I have created my own platforms and my own tables to invite other people to and empower them to do the same.
Okay. And so part of that, you just tell women, hey, listen, it's not okay, for this, and you don't have to do this. And you said that you come from the same place. Do you mind sharing a little bit about that? I
No,
mean,
I do not mind. I actually spent 13 years being physically and mentally abused and didn't know I had a choice. Just to be honest, you don't want to get a divorce, you don't want to leave someone that you've committed your life to. That is not something that you want to do. And so I went through that cycle of, listening to what he was saying, and he said he would take my babies away from me. That motivated me to take anything he dished out because I didn't know what would happen.